Hi, and welcome back to Hey Doc, What's Up? Last time we talked about estrogen dominance and what that can mean. And in the context of too much estrogen can be a bad thing. And again, that's too much of something that's important to us, estrogen or estradiol, and the fact that too much of a good thing can cause problems. So we did talk last time about ovarian health and recurrent or ruptured ovarian cysts. Today, what I want to talk about is the effect of too much estrogen or too much estradiol on a uterus. A uterus is made up of muscle. It is made up of something called smooth muscle, which is different than skeletal muscle, which is what we have to help motor us with our arms, with our legs. So smooth muscle can have the same breaks or micro tears in that muscle like we have in skeletal muscle, and it can ball up into something called a fibroid. A fibroid is something that it, just like a ball of muscle in a skeletal muscle, it's going to hurt, number one. It has absolutely no ability to function as its muscle, number two. And number three, it's now a foreign body in a very actively monthly active uterus. And so what do I mean by a foreign body? Well, even if you're not pregnant, what happens is you have blood flow coursing through the wall of a uterine muscle, and that wall is going to be able to then build its lining on the surface. And if there is an obstruction, a knot there, that knot is going to change the blood supply. It's going to have to go around that knot or somehow or another maneuver to avoid going through that knot because it's too thick. So if you change blood supply in an area of a uterus, you're going to change what the lining on the inside of that part of the uterus looks like, how thin or how thick it is, whether or not the uterus can properly contract to shed that part of the lining, or whether it may retain that part of the lining so that you will spot before or you may spot after you're done with your period. Another way fibroids can get in trouble is that too much estradiol can cause a fibroid to grow. And if you grow fibroids, they can actually become as big as a uterus, sometimes even bigger than a uterus. And unless you change the situation of estrogen dominance, you may be able to go in and surgically excise or laser or burn a fibroid out. But if you don't properly manage the hormonal environment, what'll happen is you will start to have more of these muscular tears, more of these fibroids, which are just knots inside the wall of a uterus, and you get recurrent fibroids. So that way, later in life, with pregnancy, which is certainly an increase in female hormones, those fibroids will actually grow at the same or sometimes a faster rate than the uterus will grow. And now you have space that a baby is competing with the space of a fibroid. So fibroids by themselves are mostly inert. 1 in 99,999 are benign, but 1 in every 100,000 are malignant. So they do have a dark side to them, but for the most part, fibroids are an unnecessary muscular knot that can be stimulated to grow and just cause trouble. So next time we'll talk about other things that can happen with estrogen dominance. So join us for Hey Doc, What's Up? That was